Hi everyone, it's Lisa here. Thanks for joining me for another card video. Today I'm sharing how easy it is to create these clean and simple slimline cards using stamps and stencils. Now I have some samples to share with you at the end of the video, so I hope you stick around for that. I want to talk a little bit about the products I'm using real quick. First up, I have the new Slimline Sentiments Eyelet die. Love this die. The thing that I love the most about it is it gives you nice clean edges. There's no stitching. You have the option to use that eyelet trim around it, or you can do like I did and just use the center panel. And you're also going to get the 4-word dies with this, the happy, thanks, hello, hugs, in that scripty font. It's gorgeous font. Recently, Honeybee just released some new stamp sets, and they have coordinating stencils that you can purchase separately. And one that I absolutely love is the Freshly Picked. And this is what got me going on this whole process of stenciling and stamping. And then I realized I could do this with so many of these sets. So I just kind of went crazy making a bunch of cards with this. I'm going to be demonstrating with that Freshly Picked stamp set and stencil, but I also created cards using the Flippin Fabulous stamp set and stencil. Now there's some great little messages in here. Hope your birthday is flipping fabulous, or, you're flipping awesome. Just some really cute things in there. Now here's the Raise a Glass stamp and stencil, and you see this set and the Freshly Picked set has layering stamps with it. So do you have to have that stencil? No. And I'll tell you why I like the stencil once we get into the process of it. But you could do this with those layering stamps. Just keep that in mind, that you don't necessarily have to have the stencil to make a card like this. But I just like the way that it looks. Here I have the Freshly Picked stencil. I'm just laying it down over 110-pound cardstock that I ran through my die cut machine with the new die. And I'm using purple tape and masking paper to go ahead and mask off individual pieces, because I'm only going to stencil like 3 fruits on this panel. Now, I have to make sure I have everything around me covered up, because if I don't, I get a little crazy with the brush. So if I don't have everything covered up, I usually end up messing up my panel and then have to start over. So that's why I went a little bit overboard with the tape and the Post-it paper. So I'm coming in with dye inks, and I prefer dye inks when I'm stenciling. I think you get a sharper looking image with it. It's also softer. So the edges of it to me are sharper, but the image itself looks softer. And that's why I prefer to do this with stencils over the layering stamps. I think that for this type of card, the soft look you create with the stencil and the blender brush, it's just, I don't know, there's just something about it that I like. So, but like I said, you don't have to use the stencil for this. You could do this with the layering stamp. It's just not going to look quite the same. So now that we have this stenciled, let's go ahead and we're going to randomly stamp the outline images from this Freshly Picked stamp set on the top and lower part of the card panel. Now I'm using VersaFine Clair inks in the colors Morning Mist, and I also use Fallen Leaves on another panel. Now you see me here, I'm coming in with some of the little detail stamps. And while these are meant details for pieces of the fruit, I say go ahead and use them to fill in little spaces that you might have. It adds a lot of fun to the card. And it's a great way to use all the stamps in a set. So I like that. Now I decided I wanted to stencil over the strawberry. So I took my heat gun and made sure that that ink was dry before I started stenciling over it, because I didn't want to smear the ink and mess up this panel. So here you can see 2 of the panels that I created, and I did go ahead and stamp the sentiments, and I heat embossed them with gold embossing powder. I'm going to use a few little round foam adhesives to add these to the center of the panels. And then oh, I'm sorry. I did go ahead and die cut that thanks word die from the Slimline set out of black cardstock and went ahead and add that to the center as well. But I'm adding these two white card panels, 110 pound, and I used mounting foam. So here you can see with the flip-flops, with that razor glass. I love the way these turned out. They, to me, turned out so pretty. That's going to bring us to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about the cards below. Are you a Slimline card fan? I really appreciate you joining me. I hope you'll click the subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified of new content to the channel. Now, for more information on the products used, head over to the Honeybee Stamps website, and I hope you have an amazing day.